Welcome. Glad you are here. Today, we want to examine the life and intriguing successes of Steve Jobs, but before we do that, kindly subscribe to my channel so you won't left out of our latest videos, and your subscription also earns the channel a better recognition by Google. Just press the subscribe below. Hope you have done that. You are wonderful. Thanks a lot. Apple Inc. Steve Jobs, who is he? The father of the digital revolution and one of business's most admired and inspirational figures is Steve Jobs. How he rose from a middle-class household to become co-founder and CEO of the largest firm in the world. The life story of Steve Jobs. Birth date of Steve Jobs is the 24th of February 1955. Abdul Fattah Jandali and Joanne Caro Shiable, members of a Syrian Muslim family, gave birth to Steve Jobs in California. However, his biological parents put him up for adoption and Paul Jobs and Clara took him in. When it comes to Steve's educational career, he completed his studies in California. Later, for further studies, he enrolled at Reed College. But he dropped out of school before earning his diploma. Due to certain financial difficulties and a lack of interest, he is unable to complete his schooling. But he continued taking the calligraphy lessons since he was fascinated in it. He then ran into his childhood friend Steve Wozniak, and the two of them agreed to launch a business. Veteran in the field of electronics is Steve's friend. But they lacked the resources to launch a business. In order to get money, Steve sold his van and his pal sold his scientific calculator. Inc. Apple. They eventually started a corporation called Apple in Steve Jobs' garage on April 1, 1976. They created personal computers with incredible features after a few months. Apple computers first experienced a rapid sales growth, reaching a market worth of $1 billion in just 4 years. At that point, Steve is in charge of the marketing division. However, the business needs a good, experienced CEO. Thus, they approached John Sculley, CEO of the Pepsi-Cola firm, and offered him an Apple CEO job which he accepted. They believed everything was going according to plan. But numerous product defects caused the company to suffer significant losses. Another significant problem was that Apple had to compete with IBM's recently developed PCs. Because of its user-friendly and cutting-edge features, IBM PC dominated the tech market. As a result, Apple was unable to compete with IBM and win over customers. The Apple board of directors also criticized and blamed Steve Jobs for the company's losses. He had to cut his links to company as a result. Finally, he left Apple in 1985 by resigning from the company. Next Inc. and Pixar Animation Studios. He was unafraid of anything, so he started a new company called Next Inc. that sold hardware and software. In the same year, he founded Pixar Animation Studios and produced a number of well-known animated films, including Toy Story, The Incredibles, Wall-E, and Cars. Walt Disney and Pixar partnered in 2006. With the success of Next Inc. and Pixar, Steve Jobs overcame his prior glory in life. However, the Apple Corporation, which Steve founded with much devotion, is experiencing the same problems. The Apple board of directors wanted Steve Jobs to return as CEO. After approving the request, Steve returned to Apple. After that, Steve Jobs created a number of incredible products for Apple that we still adore today, including the iPod, the iPad, the iPhone, and the Mac. Personal life. Steve married Lauren Powell in 1991, and the two eventually had 3 children. Eve Jobs, Erin Sienna Jobs, and Reed Jobs are 3 of Reed's children. On October 5, 2011, our beloved CEO and extraordinary person, Steve Jobs, passed away from pancreatic cancer. That is all, for now. If you have any suggestions or comments, let me know. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel by pressing the button. See you in the next video.